Hello everyone. So it is Sunday morning. I had every intention of taking yesterday's videos and posting them when I got home. But a couple things happened. One, I was at that melting point of just tired, but the good tired. So I just kind of had my dinner and melted away into the couch. And then the other factor was that I had short little video snippets that really needed to get put together, which required a wee video upgrade and uploading the videos, which oddly enough took all night. I'm not sure what the deal is. I used my phone. I haven't had an upload issue like that before. Hoping this uploads better because honestly, I just don't like my webcam on my laptop. My regular camera, I can't see it. So eventually I will get a little camcorder like what I use at school. I like the little Canons that we have. But yeah, it's on the wish list. That's another story. So how did the event go? It went really well. It wasn't one of those crazy busy days like I normally do, but it was a decent flow of visitors, some that were not sure what I was doing, and then some that were genuinely curious about how it all worked. So all in all, it was a beautiful day, and I'm so glad I went. All right, so rundown of the day. Got up in the morning, could tell it was going to be beautiful out. Started getting ready in the dress that I had just finished. Surprise, surprise. I know that's pretty common for a lot of folks, not so common for me. But what do I do when I try a new era, try a new dress design, and try a different fabric? So I was really nervous about how it was all gonna fit, but it fit. It worked, and it was cute. I gotta admit, when I did this little modesty piece because the plunging V was a bit much, so I did the crisscross piece. I did the crisscross bodice, got everything hooked in, pinned together. And I stood back, and I'm like, I'm comfy and I'm kind of cute. But you don't get bathroom pictures. This thing, I don't want to do bathroom pictures. And I don't actually have a spot in the apartment that's decent for photos. There's nothing deep enough. And honestly, that just doesn't have stuff because, you know, this apartment is smaller than the last apartment. And that's another story. Anyway, so yeah. I do have pictures once I got to the museum. So this first set is from just behind Brooks Grove's Church as I'm coming in from the staff parking lot. And then the next bit is under the apple tree behind Foster. Now, I love this little apple tree. There's two. Two? Three? Oh, three currently. And so the flowers are beautiful white with the purple on the underside. It's buzzing with little bees. They're just happy little trees you can kind of like tuck yourself under. And they're really nice spots for photos. The other advantage is those limbs are really nice to prop the phone up against. So yeah, so I like taking pictures under those. Then I decided to do a little video, little intro to the morning. My thought was I was going to go outside and then inside and walk you through my materials for the demo. But as I walked back inside, Liz was there. Liz is the person that played Miss Foster for the day yesterday. Excellent interpretive companion. So I get to listen, and she has the best enthusiasm. Every visitor that came through got a beautiful level of energy. I was very impressed. It was nice, really nice to see, well, hear her interpret for the day. Good morning, everyone. It is an absolutely gorgeous day. I am out underneath one of the apple trees behind the Foster House here at the Genesee Country Museum. It is beautiful. It is sunny. It's going to be nice and warm. The perfect May day. The bees are buzzing around the tree here. There are birds everywhere, and everyone's getting ready for the antique show. I will be doing a pinking demonstration. I'll show you that in a little bit. It's going to keep me out of shopping, which is probably a good thing. Let's see. Part of me just want to go back inside, I'll be honest. It is so beautiful out. I wonder. I'm going to try something kind of silly. Let's see if you can see some of our little bee friends. Hello, bee friends. They're up there. Can you see any of the bee friends? They're happily pollinating this apple tree. And the blossoms actually have a really beautiful little purple to them. This one right here. Alright, wasn't sure if you could see that or not. And because it is the Rochester area, it'd be wrong not to have over here. So this is a beautiful lilac tree. Now here's the thing about this particular lilac tree. Some years back, during one of the Civil War events, I had like massive energy emotion crash. Going on 20 years ago? 20 years ago. This tree was a bush about yay high, and then I crawled under it and I took a nap. I basically napped where all the roots are now. So it has grown quite a bit. All right, let's take you inside. So this is the back of the house for everyone that hasn't been here. Go up the ramp. I'm not accustomed to, the walk and film thing yet. All right. Light adjustment. Ooh, you did that really well. I'm impressed, little camera. All right, so. Hello. This is Foster. Hi, how are you? Just a simple display this time around. I used the 3 pinking machines that I brought. In the middle is the gem, which is the older of the bunch. This is a pretty basic design. The one I brought has a wavy die. I brought 1 Columbus, which is on the left-hand side. This is the one with the Van Dyke V with a little wave inside. And then I brought my little mystery green machine, which I think is about turn of the century, but this has a very beautiful, sharp V cut. And it's the closest to what we have for pinking shears, but nicer. The V's are not as broad. They're deeper, and they really, like I said, they're sharp. I love this little machine. So the plan for the day had been to pink the silk that I had brought, including the rest of the silk for the basque bodice that I was going to trim. And so I sat down and, well, the Columbus said no. Here's a little video of me fussing, and it didn't go so well. I think the temperature was one factor, but I also think I might have nicked it, nicked the cutting die. So, yeah, there you go. And you're going to be cranky today, aren't you? You are. Are you still cold? Okay, is it going to weird you out that I talk to my machines?
Not remotely. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm usually nice to them. That's a little better. All right, so as you can see, it wasn't cutting the silk. And at that point, the machine did feel pretty cold. They're very temperature sensitive and they can be moisture sensitive as well. These particular machines have sat for a year, 2 years, because I have 3 other machines that are out that I use on the regular basis. So part of the fault is mine that I let them sit. Part is that this is the machine that really, when it arrived, was very rusty and in rough shape. So silk wasn't happening for the day. On to plan B. I had brought some wool, so I was hoping that the wool would cut okay, and it did. I don't have a video of that, but Deanna came in and took some photos, including a whole series of me using the Columbus on some wool, and I think I can put those together to be video-esque for you. Let's give that a try. All right, so it cut wool. So what I'm going to do is label this particular machine wool. I do have 2 Columbus Van Dykes. The other one that is here does cut silk nicely. So this one I'll reserve for wool, and I'll keep the other one for silk. What I think I'm going to do is get some, the magnet tape, cut myself an inch of that, and write on that wool, and then silk, and then I can put the magnet on the underside of the machine, so I'll know it's there, and I can remember which one's which, because they are nearly identical machines. So what did I do with all these wool circles? They're about 3-inch circles that I did. This is a hoot. All right, so on Thursday, I think it was Thursday, I was reading an 1886, I think it was 1886 book. Let's see if I can get the name right. I really should have looked this back up this morning. I think it was like 300, I say projects or items. Basically, it was 300 things you could make for a fair. I hope I'm not mutilating this book. And in there was a description of taking the circles, folding them in half, folding them in quarters, folding them in eighths. And then it simply said to sew the points together into half a ball. Now when I read it, I'm like, oh, that's cute. I tuck it away in the back of my head. Well, I'm sitting there yesterday morning with these circles and I'm like, plan B. Let's go on to giving that a try. And you know, this was fun. So I alternated green and coppery brown around the base. The next row, well, there's 8 of these. All right, the next row is 4 of the brown, and the very top is just 1 green. That was exactly how many I had of this. And then I put the solitary gray that I had on the bottom. This is pretty dense. And if you're wondering what it is, it's a pen wiper. And then I was able to do a second one out of the blues that I had. So this is the dark blue. There you go, the dark blue here. And this is a thicker, softer plaid. And it did cut both of these. This I did in 6ths. There are 6 of them on the base and then 1 on the top. I kind of did this to like fluff it back in. Not quite as dense as the other one, but I do think they're really cute. Might be hearing more from those. So I was pretty proud of how they turned out. That actually did take me all day. I was very nervous about running through all the materials that I had because the first time I did the pinking demo, I brought 3 yards of silk to cut, and I cut it all. I think I cut it all early in the day, but that was with lots and lots of people coming through. And I just kept cutting. I just kept cutting it. This time around, I knew I couldn't cut nonstop because I would run out completely, especially since I had less material. So those are the pen wipers. I didn't actually get any silk cut on the Van Dyke, the Columbus Van Dyke. Van Dyke is the name of the V's. I think all in all, everybody was quite happy. I thought I'd do a little segment that looks at what worked and didn't work for yesterday's demonstration. Let's start with one that didn't work quite so well. And you might be able to see this in some of the photos. Once I had my dress on, I realized I wanted something on my neck because it was just this big open V. But I couldn't find the coral drop pendant that I would normally put on a ribbon. So I quickly grabbed a moonstone brooch that a friend gave me and put that on the crisscrossed ribbon. Looked really cute. It didn't want to stay put. So that's definitely a didn't work. Good try, but didn't work. So I will be A, on the hunt for my missing pendant, and B, on the lookout for a second backup pendant. The first one, the one that's missing, is coral set in a gold. I think I'd like something that's like a black or a ruby color, or even a deep green. Just something to throw on a ribbon to have. What worked? So as some of you know, I whine a lot about my abdomen post gallbladder, etc., and how it loves to expand during events or from day to day. Now when I say this, I'm not talking like an inch, I'm talking like 4 inches. So one of the things that I've done, besides putting multiple buttons on my petticoat waistbands, is I've made a little extenders. Also because kind of being lazy and not wanting to reset petticoats that I made years and years ago. So these little extenders work. Buttonhole on one end, button on the other. So this buttonhole goes around the button on the petticoat, and this goes in the buttonhole on the petticoat. So this little guy gives me an extra 4 inches. And then I did another one. It's the same length fabric, just the buttons in further. That's like 3 inches. It works. So if you need a quick and dirty little trick, there you go. Another thing that someone had taught me, is when I did the, what's it called? Behind the Times? Beyond the Times? Oh dear, I don't remember the name of the movie I did. I was helping with some costuming for a friend, and she taught me the rubber band trick. I was like, I'm not so sure about that, but it works. So you loop a rubber band through the buttonhole and then around the button. Not exactly period, correct? But it helped. It really worked for a lot of people. I forget how many extras we had to put into that, but that was nice. So for those of you, there you go. Works, but kind of not exactly authentic, are my tins. The reason I'm talking about this is because this actually came up with Liz. We were talking about these. So I love my little tins. I bought these years ago. They're not perfectly correct. It's just a tin lid that pops off, but some of the details aren't exact. But I have to tell you, when it comes to transporting food back and forth, love this. I can put an apple in here. I can put cheese in here. I can put cookies in here. Cookies fit nice. I can put a lot of things in here. I'm actually down to just 2 of these, so I am going to order some more. They come from a place called Specialty Bottle. I love this size. This is their 16 ounce. I'm going to get some of the half size that are 8, and then a couple little guys, and then some taller in the tea section. Again, not perfectly accurate, so they're not going to be acceptable out and about at some events. But if you're running back and forth from interpreting somewhere, I really do like them. They're not as anachronistic if somebody spots this in a basket. Actually, this fits in a pocket. This fits in my pocket pretty well as well. Okay, that was kind of redundant. So there's that. Okay, so that. Oh, I almost forgot. I went to the confectionery. How can I not go to the confectionery? All right. So I went for marzipan. I've been wanting marzipan for ages. And as you can see, whoops, I already got into my marzipan. So this is coconut free, actually made from almonds, nice, beautifully dense. Love my marzipan. Of course, I got some peppermints. Trying something new. Saw this on the shelf and I was like, ooh, that looks good. Put these back in here first, and then I'll show you. So check this out. Lavender water. I'm not going to open it. I was about to open it. I'm worried about time. So the lavender water, there's rose water. There were 2 others. I think one was an orange and I can't remember the other one. So I'm looking forward to giving this a try. I already had a lot of rose water. That's why I didn't buy rose water. Okay, I guess that's it for today. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my little wrap up of the event. I did have a wonderful time. It was so nice being back in period clothes. This whole 30s open neckline, shorter sleeves thing is a big winner. I think there'll be a little bit more of that. And then we'll see what the next event or demo is. Have a good week, everyone.